So it's been a while since I've done a video. I'm sorry about that. I was really busy working a ton of hours as the owner-operator, lease driver, contract driver, 1099 driver that I was. I'm back to working for a carrier. I'm a W-2 employee again. I'm paid hourly. I'm going to give you the basics of what I've got. So, carrier I work for, I'm over the road. I was hired for the Northeast, but I'm one of those drivers they can send anywhere and I don't complain. I just left Long Island, just went through New York City. But they can throw me anywhere in the country and I'll be okay. I have no issues with going anywhere. I just won't cross any borders. I don't have a passport. And in New York, we have an enhanced or real ID, and I don't have that. I didn't spend the money on it. I don't go outside the country. I don't fly when I can drive. And even if I wanted to fly, I've got my dog. And so I'm not going to stick her in with the luggage. She's just not that kind of dog. She gets really freaked out when she's not with me. I'm not going to do that to her. So she's got to be by my side for my needs, and she's got to be by my side for her needs. It's just not gonna. There's no flexibility there. As long as I'm her human and she's my baby girl, that's just the way it's got to be. I got to drive or bus or whatever. As long as she can be by my side, I'm okay. So anyway, that's that. So back to the company position that I've got. So I'm an over-the-road guy. Paid $31 an hour. All hours are paid. And the nice thing is if I have a customer issue and I can't deliver, or I can't make something happen, or dispatch doesn't have work for me, or whatever, I'm guaranteed 60 hours a week minimum. So if I don't move 1 foot that day, for whatever reason, I go to deliver a unit and customer's not available till the following day, I'm going to get paid 10 hours for that day. And I'm not going to burn any hours on my 70. I'm just going to sit there parked, hang out, camp in the back in the sleeper, go eat, shower, do my laundry, whatever I got to do, right? And I'm still going to get paid my 10 hours. Beautiful thing. So in my past, if you don't work, you don't get paid. And a lot of times they won't even give you layover pay, or they'll promise you layover pay and then they won't give it to you. They'll bill for it and the carrier will keep it. So this is beautiful. It doesn't matter, as long as there's nothing I've done to contribute to me not moving. Not my fault. Weather related, breakdown, whatever. I still get paid $31 an hour for a minimum of 10 hours. Beautiful. Nice. The next nice thing is I have a company MasterCard. That MasterCard can be used for anything: hotels, truck supplies, DOT related requirements. You know, I had to go when I first started. I needed the books. You guys know that you've got to have the books. If you do hazmat, that requires that you carry an additional book, but this is the book that you're going to need to carry hazmat. And then of course you've got to have, DOT might ask for it. I got to do something with all these receipts. You've always got to have this in the truck. So at a bare minimum, you've got to have the ERG, which is this, and then a copy of your regs. You could do it digitally, and that's all fine and dandy, but if you have something digital that the officers need on the side of the road, you're handing them your phone. And at that point, you've given that officer your phone, and now they don't need a warrant to go through your phone. They're going to take your phone, they're going to go back to their patrol car, and what are they looking at? So I don't have anything in my phone. I'm not into the whole nudie pictures. I'm not into anything that would compromise my integrity, but I have a lot of, private important things, tax-related stuff or payroll or, bills. Stuff the officers don't need to look at. It's not their business, and I'm not going to take that chance. So I don't want anything digital that I'm going to have to present to DOT on my phone. I do have and still maintain my iPad Pro 2020 that I bought for my business. And I'll put work-related stuff on there, and they can look at whatever they want in there. There's no text messages in there. There's no private emails in there. My personal account stuff is not in there. So they can take that and play with it all day long. And it's not linked to my personal iCloud. It's everything on there is separate. So, officer, if you want to look at it, play with it, go ahead. You're going to see my Amazon Prime. So on my 34s, what I'll do is I'll take that out and I'll plug it up and I'll stream movies on it. And I'll fall asleep to movies or TV shows or something. But that's it. Got sidetracked again. So credit card usage, I can get hotels on the weekends, and DOT related supplies, replacement supplies. I carry some chains to drag my units off the trailer with a forklift or a backhoe or whatever. I mean, it depends. The units I haul are between 1,000 and 3,500 pounds. I've got a pallet jack that was brand new. My trailer is brand new. My truck is brand new. Also, we've got paid vacations. I'm not in a real big hurry to go home, although I am going to be moving from New York to another state. I've had enough of New York State. I've had enough of my governor. I've had enough of the laws, the taxes, and every time you're just starting to get on top of something changes, they'll add more taxes, they'll change more laws that target professional drivers, and I've had enough. I'm going to cut and run. Yep. So, I have an awesome dispatcher. The dispatcher does not ride my butt at all. In fact, and it's a girl. Okay? So, the girl that I work for, we're going to call her Amy. So, if I don't call Amy, I don't text Amy, I won't hear from Amy. I let her know that I've picked up a certain trailer or I've picked up a certain load, and that's it. I don't speak to her again until I'm empty, and that's just to determine if I'm going to do a backhaul or not. So far, I have not done a backhaul. So what I do is I'll pick up a trailer or I'll live load, and then I'll make my runs. Typically, I was hired for the Northeast, so typically it's going to be the Northeast, but I have been to other regions. I'm one of those drivers in the company that you can put anywhere. There's a lot of drivers that won't work the Northeast. I frankly don't understand how a company puts up with that. I own ABC Trucking Company, and I hire Jim Bob Trucker. And Jim Bob Trucker, who has 2 to 3 years experience, or so he tells me, proceeds to tell me I won't run in the Northeast, or I'm not going to go to New York City, or I don't do Long Island, or I'm not going into Boston, or you can't send me through Wyoming. I've seen what it looks like on social media in the wintertime. Is that right? No. Johnny Stacks don't play that game. I hire you to do a job. I expect you to do the job. You don't get to pick and choose your loads. You go where you're needed. You go where that load takes you. If you get delayed, you get delayed. We'll work with it. But you're not going to tell me you're not going somewhere. You got experience and you signed on. You're going to do your job, or I'm going to find somebody else that'll fill your seat. That's the way I do things. But these carriers these days, oh, it's okay. It's okay, Jim Bob Trucker. We're not going to send you there, okay? And you can say no to anything at any time. What, you want to hand up for the camera? Is that what you want to do? Let's say hi to Cheyenne, guys. She said, I'm the star of this show. I'm the star of Johnny Stacks show. Yes, I am. See, I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. All right, get in your seat. Get over there. Go on. Get over there. All right. So, these companies are coddling these drivers, so the drivers aren't growing professionally. They're not growing with experience. They're getting road time in, but they're not learning anything. I say send them and make them or break them. Don't let incompetent people maintain their employment. Just don't do it. There's no excuse for it. They're either going to work or they're not. They're going to go where you send them or they're going to not have a job. Stop coddling these guys. Anyway, so that happens here. I don't understand it. This is a really good company. But the catch is, if you're not hired for my region in the Northeast, you get paid a lot less per hour. And you also lose some of the perks. Me, send me wherever. I signed on to be a trucker, to see the country, to meet the people, and find where I want to live. Because I'm tired of New York. I've hated New York my entire life. I moved to Seattle when I was younger and loved it out there. And I just went back, 2 years ago? A year ago? Something like that. And it's completely changed. It's not the Seattle that I left. So I have found another place that I kind of like. And I'm hoping I've got the lease in the works. I'm waiting for some more paperwork, and I found a nice little 2-bedroom apartment with all the appliances included, plus a garage and a full basement for less than $1,000 a month, and they maintain the property. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to spend less than $1,000 a month, and I will be living right where I'll be based out of. So now I'm not going to be out on the road for months at a time. I might be out on the road for a month at a time. Because when you go home, guys, you're not making any money. And when you go home, you lose your tax benefits. So even if your company doesn't give you per diem, you still claim $63 a day per diem. Well, you lose that. So my dispatcher kicks butt. Company credit card covers anything I might want to buy. I'm unrestricted on where to buy fuel, and even if I only can work 3 hours that day, I'm still paid for 10. Still guaranteed 10. So I've gotten several customer compliments. I think they were directly, the one emailed my dispatcher. He said that he wanted to reach out to dispatch to figure out how to secure us as a primary service provider, but the email I saw had evolved into a huge customer compliment, and so that email made its way through my whole company. And that's not the first customer compliment I've gotten, but it's a really big deal. And so they are singing my praises. The customers love me. My dispatcher seems to really like me, if not love me. I literally get paid to drive somebody else's truck, burning their fuel, to wash it as much as I want. I'm not. Once a month is fine with me. I don't own it. Burn somebody else's fuel, drive somebody else's truck. Oh, medical benefits and all that, the medical, dental, vision, all of that, less than $30 a week. The carrier I work for is self-insured. So that's pretty darn cheap, and I guess I'm told it covers a lot. I'm still a little bit a ways from qualifying. I just started. I've only been here a month, a little over a month. So you've got to think, you got to do 60 days, and then it's the first of the following month after your 60 days. So anyway, like I was trying to say, I haven't done a lot of videos lately. I was really, really busy. I was working 100, 130, 140 hours a week. And now I'm working 70 hours a week. Actually, most of the time, I think I'm working about 40 hours a week. I couldn't actually tell you because my e-log and my time clock don't add up. Like I said, I get paid 10 hours whether I move or not, minimum. If I work a longer day, I get those extra hours. But I have not found an occasion where my e-log and my time clock actually add up because of that. So, no idea, unless I start tracking it on a paper daily log, no idea what I'm actually working. I just know that I'm not worn out anymore. I am, with my taxes and my child support and whatnot, I'm still taking home $1,500 a week, which isn't bad, When last time I was a company driver, I was averaging $400 a week, and I had given my heart and soul to that company, and they just kept shaving my hours and screwing me every which way they could. And I'm not seeing that here. And I think with the larger carriers, they don't have the incentive to do that. They've already gotten established. They've got the money to do what they need to do to treat their drivers right. Where the smaller carriers, their growth and profit entirely depend on you, and they will cheat you every which way they can. They're going to 1099 you, and then they're going to try to make you responsible for everything under the sun, and it just doesn't work like that. If it's not written down in an agreement and you didn't agree to whatever, good luck. So that's what's been going on with me. Still single, still not looking, but once I get relocated, that's going to change. I need to get established where I'm moving to and explore that area. So if I meet someone and they say, hey, Johnny Stacks, you want to meet up over here? I'll know right where here is, or I'll know approximately where it is. You know what I mean? Right now, I can't drive anywhere where I'm going to live without the aid of a GPS or a street map, a road map of some sort. I couldn't do it. So I imagine for the first year, I'm going to really struggle with trying to find something to do. I am looking forward to seeing more of my motorcycle, though, and I decided that once it's 3/4 of the way paid off, I'm going to buy another one, a sport bike, or at least a sport touring bike of some sort. I would really, really like that BMW RT 1250. I love that bike. I sat on it. It was a beautiful bike. I love it. But it's $30,000. And my Harley was only, 14, 15, 16 financed or whatever. And I really just wanted to be back on two wheels, and I've never had a Harley, and I will tell you, it's a completely different ride. Your feet don't go back. My feet aren't forward. They're, you're seated in, like you're sitting in a chair. So I'm not leaning over that tank anymore. My feet aren't behind me, and my natural instinct after years and years and years of riding sport bikes is to always kick my feet behind me. And so that's a learning curve. I've got the bike and the car, so each one has their own checking account for direct or auto payments. So the Harley's got 3 months ahead in there, and the car is 3 months ahead in there. So if I get sick, I was grew up in school, you were taught, always have 90 days to 6 months worth of your major important bills ahead in your account, because you might get sick, you might get hurt, you might get fired. You don't want to have all these repos. So the first thing I've been doing since I've acquired these assets is I'll add a payment to each account. So one check, if it's a fat check and I can afford to do two accounts at once out of one check, I will if I don't have any other bills. But I'm always slapping money in those accounts to make sure that they get built up. So anyway, that's what's going on with me, you guys. I am sorry I haven't done any content. I was just being run ragged, run down, and I would make videos and be like, I'm too tired, or it's not good enough. And, I've heard that people don't really care about the video editing or music or whatever, and I do. If I'm gonna watch a video, I want to hear something to go with it. I want to hear somebody talking about what is this video, and if there's not going to be any talking, then at least give me some music or some sound effects. So with that, I just went from Shelton, Connecticut to Long Island, and from Long Island to Elkton, Maryland, and I did a bunch of time-lapse video, and I'm putting that together for you guys and adding some music because it's all time-lapse. And excuse me, I'll have that uploaded here shortly. So I apologize for the delay in my videos. I'm gonna have some more time available. You're gonna see a lot more stuff coming out. It's not all gonna be time-lapse. I'm gonna change it up, but if it's gonna be someplace cool that I think you might want to see, I'm probably gonna time-lapse it or time warp it, whatever, using the GoPro. Or I don't have all my fancy cameras in this truck. This isn't gonna be my permanent truck. They bought me a brand new truck. It's just not here yet. Once I get my permanent truck and I can see how I'm gonna set things up with the dog food, me, I don't have to carry tools anymore. So I'm gonna have a little more space, and I'll utilize that space for the other cameras and the tripods and the drone. I'll get that up and going. But for now, you've got my phone, my GoPro, and this pocket camera. That's what I've got available. So I'm gonna make it work, use the tools that I have with me, and hopefully produce content that you guys find interesting. If you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see or want me to talk about, please leave a like or a comment. Share my videos. You can email me directly at owner@johnnystackstransportation.com. I'll get you emails there. If you don't like my videos, then you are welcome to also email me, and you can email me at another email address, and it's a legitimate, valid email address. The email address is ifeelbutthurt@gmail.com. Again, that's ifeelbutthurt@gmail.com. So I'll get your feedback either way, and depending on your email, I may actually include it in one of my videos, just so that the world can see what I'm being told. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let's get on with the other video, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.